Hey, Dennis. Oh, whoops. There we go.
Oh, you can hear me now?
Yeah,
All right, perfect. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing well, doing well. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for organizing this.
My God. All you had to do is click the link and it makes it easy, man. Makes it super easy.
Yeah, it's
So,
just a good opportunity. I mean, it definitely takes time and effort on your end to host all these for all these people, but this is really wonderful.
no, I appreciate it. And I think the biggest thing is once it's, look at we've got a 30-minute block. We've got it designated. It'll be 8 to 15. We'll record. Someone's editing it for me. Does it take
Hmm.
time? Sure. But if it's blocked and the process is developed, it's not terribly hard. It's just a
Okay.
matter of making sure we've got the questions lined up, what you want to accomplish from it. And I think for a lot of people, they know you from, Western governors. And so now it becomes, so what's this global Detroit that, what is it all about? What's the focus? And I think a lot of it is going to be eye-opening for people. And I think it's going to be super productive. So a couple things. Um, I like to think that we have pretty good discussions when we talk, period.
Mhm.
Like whether we're on camera or not. So what I want to find out, Dennis, is what do you want to focus on? What do people need to know about you in Global Detroit?
Yeah, I just being a resource, right? Like obviously this will be shared with all the Maestro members. If they have a talent crunch, just to let them know that there's a free resource. We don't charge companies anything. Just a free resource to widen their talent pools.
So, while I'm thinking about it as well, um, are you are you able to join us on the 11th in Plymouth?
I'll be in Dallas, unfortunately.
No,
I
that's not
wish, yeah, I wish we
unfortunate.
could. Yeah. There's actually, I wonder,
Okay.
because our whole team's going to Dallas. It's this larger conference that we have to go to.
Yeah.
And I was hoping someone would stay behind, maybe attend that. So I wonder if I could find anybody to do that. There's
Eh,
one person. Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Just let me know who it is so that I can, for lack of a better term, shepherd them because they're gonna get, you know what I mean? Like you have your contacts, they know you. They may not, even if that person's outgoing, it's always good to have somebody in their corner to introduce them to people.
Oh yeah, no, thanks. Appreciate that. Yeah, let me see because I mean we have, I don't know, we're smaller. We have like 30 people on our team, and I think a vast majority are going to go to this event.
Okay.
But yeah, let me ask around because I know there's one person, but she doesn't do like what we do. She does
Okay.
something else in the organization. But I'll see how she's feeling, if she's interested and if she's able. I think there's also a reason that she's not going, like a personal reason. I mean, I didn't dive too much into it, but I'll definitely check and then get back to you.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. I appreciate it. And if you can't, totally understand. There's a lot. Finally, the Learning Lean dates are coming, so I know that
So good.
that is something that I'll get out to everybody. And then there's a couple of um, like sponsorship opportunities that other chapters have thrown out for resource partners. So I'm going to post that a little bit later today.
Yeah, I know I reached out to Kristen about the learn and leans,
Mhm.
but it sounds like you guys are finalizing them. Participated, or I participated last time they were doing them. We'd love to do that again. It's just a great way to kind of network and talk to people in smaller groups, right? So we'd love to do that. But yeah, anything that we can do to participate or be active in it throughout the state, we're happy to do it.
No, I love that. And I always say it this way, Dennis, you've got the right concept in that you understand what needs to be done, like the work and the networking that has to be done for this. So I appreciate that from your end. Um, so I'm excited. I'm excited that you're a part of it again, and let's see who we can get to you. And here's a couple things too that I'll ask because I think it'll be a good I'll take, how do I say this? I will take the approach that I know zero about you in Global Detroit, because I get the sense that a lot of our chapter
Mhm.
members feel the same way. Well, what the heck is this? So
Yeah.
I want to take that stance so that you can very much and give to that. The other part will be, um, that a lot of HR professionals and leaders get approached by companies that say this all the time. What makes you guys different? I think that's something else that needs to get addressed, you know. Um,
Yeah.
all right, so I'll jot that. Okay, and then all right, I think that's anything else that you want to make sure that I'm asking you about.
No, I mean, so the focus of us and what we do is really providing STEM talent. But I mean, we work with international talent in a lot of different areas and fields,
Yeah,
but mostly it's focused on STEM. So, I mean, that, everybody needs software developer or I don't know, computer science, cybersecurity person. I guess every organization needs those type of roles.
yeah.
But yeah, like, sometimes we talk to individuals who maybe need, like warehouse workers and things like that. That's not really what we do. So I can talk about that and differentiate or try to differentiate between that.
I will because I think that's going to be important. And number two is I'll have you say STEM and then give the acronym because what I'm laughing. No, here's why. I was just talking with Ryan Page, and if you have never met Ryan, you will in the near future. He's with Gallagher.
Hmm.
I had him on, and I was joking about how the HR industry or the HR world, amongst other worlds, have their own sort of
Yeah.
acronyms, and so I always go into Sandler with okay, not okay, and when you throw an acronym out, that one person that doesn't know, it's always like, oh man. So anytime someone throws an acronym, I make them explain it. So
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
perfect. All right. So, like I said, Dennis, first of all, thank you again. I'll do an intro, outro, like we've done in the past. I will look to keep us around 8 to 15 minutes so that resignation has some time to edit accordingly if there's anything. If you have a flub up, don't worry about it. Just keep going. There's no, we're just going to take most of what we have, and we've done that in the past too. And then before the outro, I will ask you to give your how best to be reached, contact information, that sort of thing.
Perfect. Yeah, that works.
Awesome. Then, yeah, I'll get started. I'll do a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and then we'll take it from there. All right.
Yeah, yeah, let's see how it goes.
I love this. You're natural. You'll be good. All right. So 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for being here. I am your host, Greg Coyne, with Sandler by Jerry Weinberg and Associates for the My Sherm podcast. And today I have a very special guest. I have Dennis Beste from Global Detroit. Dennis, thank you so much for coming on today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, Greg, it's wonderful being here. Thank you very much. We really appreciate the time.
Hey, you're very welcome. And many people know you from being a part of our resource partner program. The one thing I kind of want to get today, and I mentioned before we jumped on, I just kind of want to level set because I don't know if everyone knows what Global Detroit is all about. So if you could take a couple minutes, explain a little bit more and how you impact companies.
Yeah, for sure. So we are a nonprofit organization. Nonprofit meaning that we are here for a mission. We're a mission-based organization. And what that mission is that we believe that inclusive communities are thriving communities. Inclusive communities are prosperous communities. So we try to be a bridge between individuals who need opportunity and that opportunity. There's that saying that talent is universal, but opportunity is not. That's something that we believe in and something that we try to bridge. Specifically for me, what I do is I work on an initiative called Global Talent Retention Initiative. And so what we do is we connect international talent. So typically this is talent that is in the STEM field, STEM being like science, technology, computer type stuff, engineering type fields, and making sure that they are connected here to our economy in the state of Michigan. So working with employers to help identify what their needs may be, even receiving job requisitions and finding talent for them. So you can kind of think of the work that we do a little bit like a staffing firm. But again, since we're a nonprofit, we don't charge organizations any money. We don't charge the talent any money. We don't charge anybody any money. We actually receive our funding from private foundations. and from public sources too. But this is just a service that we're trying to provide the state of Michigan and to local communities and to companies, just to really make sure that Michigan can grow as a state, Michigan can be competitive as a state, and then all the residents within can benefit from that.
I love hearing that because I mean, with statistics showing, I mean, Michigan is still losing population, and we're an aging population. So it's one thing to get new workers, but as we all age, we have to go outside the local pool to find these people. And a lot of people from overseas and immigrants have to fill these STEM roles. So here's the thing, quick question. What is it, what type of business have you seen that's been, well, productive in using you? Meaning, I know that you know, people in science and technology and engineering, like those are the focus because they're STEM, but what types of businesses have reached out that have seen success with you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we work with businesses large and small. Just thinking about kind of something that you touched on earlier, the largest market cap organizations out there, like you're thinking about, like Amazon or Nvidia or Facebook, they all use international talent to fill their needs. And organizations may think to themselves, but we are not a large organization. Like, how do we tap into this? And that's kind of something where we come in and fill that gap, right? We provide that support to these organizations, whether that's legal support and consultation, whether that's connecting them to talent or anything else that may help them. And you're right about that too. The state of Michigan is a wonderful state, right? I'm a Michigander, raised here. I've lived a vast majority of my life here. I really want to support the state of Michigan, but our metrics are not good, right? If you think about us, we are an exporter of talent. I think the stat is that University of Michigan and Michigan State grads, something like 60% of those grads tend to go out of our state, right? It's a little bit different at like Western Michigan University, which I'm alum of, or Central Michigan University. It's a little bit different, but still, you look at the U-Haul data, right? Like there's a lot of one-way U-Haul trucks moving to Austin, moving to Boston, moving to North Carolina, and we are not importing talent from California, from Washington, or New York. Not at the same rate that we're losing it. And so when we have companies here, and I'm sure the companies who are watching this podcast can feel it, it's hard to find that talent, right? And so what we try to do is we have these conversations about how this is possible, how it's possible to open up a new pool of talent for your organization. Every company, I'm sure, is successful in the things that they do, but also every company has to evolve. Every company has to grow and adjust to the times that we live in. And especially when it comes to STEM talent, and again, that's computer science, cybersecurity, engineering, software engineering, whatever it may be. And everybody needs those companies. It's not just large market cap companies. We work with small companies, we work with startups. Currently, right now, I'm in New Lab doing this podcast. New Lab is the train station down in Detroit. And we work with a lot of the startups here who may just have one or two people on staff, but they want to grow, right? They have purchase orders for their product, for the service that they're creating and that they're providing, but they don't have the staff to fill those needs. And so we're helping even these companies that are one or two staff people. So whether you're large or small, you have needs, you want to grow, and we can support that.
Love hearing this. This is now the wheels are really starting to turn. So a couple more quick questions on this because I'm fascinated with the fact of so many companies will they'll look for these people and they don't always know where to look. And obviously, you're a huge advocate for that. Here's my connection. So my question is, municipalities and cities and townships and counties, they're all looking for
Yeah.
the same talent too. I would think that they might also be a catalyst for you to connect with so that you can get connected to these companies, companies get connected to you. Is that kind of how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, even servicing directly the municipalities. I guess a good example I can think of is our growing work with Wayne County. So Wayne County needs talent. They need MBAs, individuals with MBAs. They need individuals to help them with making sure that all their data is secure. They need information about how to aggregate the data that they have on their residents. So all these people are talent that maybe isn't always looking at municipalities, like you mentioned, like people who graduate with a data analytics degree, maybe they look at more software or tech people, right? But other companies need that. Like just like if you think about working with an insurance company, right? Or a tax firm, right? Like they also need tech talent to make sure that all their systems are running. And we support those organizations too. So it's not just tech firms that we work with. It's not just startups that we work with. We work with organizations all across the board, including municipalities and local government too.
So along those same lines, let me dovetail too. Well, economic development is such a huge, catalyst too. You said it, you're working with Wayne County, other municipalities and organizations. How has or how can economic develop organizations tap into Global Detroit in order to kind of bridge that gap? Because there are many companies outside the state that are looking to relocate or build a satellite, and one of the comments will be, we don't have the right type of worker in that particular space. So how do you bridge that gap?
And just thinking about those third parties, I guess you can kind of say, those
Yeah.
economic development organizations, we are actually already have a coalition that's full of those individuals. So whether you're talking about the Detroit Regional Chamber, whether you're talking about the Grand Rapids Regional Chamber, UP Invest, Saginaw Futures, Mid-Michigan Development Corp, goes on and on. These are organizations that we partner with because they have seen within their local counties, right, within the local areas that they serve, there's a dearth of talent, right? They speak to employers, right? They understand the challenges that they have, especially if you're in the UP or maybe a more rural area, about finding the talent that they need. Again, thinking about like tech talent typically is the main request. But again, even someone with an MBA, right? Even someone to help them with their marketing needs. And that's kind of where we can come in. We understand that we work with a pool of individuals. And to talk more about those, it's individuals who are currently studying at universities, so international students. A vast majority of those international students tend to be in STEM fields like engineering or tech. But again, we work with students in nursing fields, we work with students in civil engineering fields, we work with students in educational fields. So again, it kind of spans the globe. Of what those fields may be. But yes, we are definitely working with other organizations to make sure that we understand what those specific needs are, right? Each area, each different corner of the state may have different industries that they cater to. And then how do we work with those partners, those employers specifically, but also those secondary partners to make sure that we're being really informed about what their needs are and then how we direct that talent to them.
I love it. So let me then frame it this way. So let's pretend I am a business leader and owner, someone that knows my talent pool needs you to help
Mhm.
me. So one, how does someone reach out to connect with you? Number one, but number two, what would something like that engagement look like? Meaning, okay, I reach out to Dennis at Global Detroit. What happens next? So,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly. That's it. That's the start of it. Just kind of like you mentioned, whether it's we're connecting directly with employers or we're being connected through the MEDC or a different organization. It definitely starts with that conversation because we understand there's not one silver bullet that's gonna cure everybody's talent needs, right? So we have to have that conversation to engage with them. Like, what are you seeing? What positions, what, openings remain open for months? And then how can we help you? How can we help direct that talent to you? We dive as deep as in like what kind of like application skills are you looking for? What kind of coding skills are you looking for? What specific experience are you looking for? And then we go out, we work with our partnering universities all throughout the states, whether that's Michigan Tech, whether that's Central, whether that's Ann Arbor, whether that's Michigan State, whatever it may be, and we find that talent that they're looking for, and then we bring that to them. So again, kind of like in the beginning, we are a little bit like a staffing agency, but again, we don't charge any fees to the companies. We don't charge anybody. We're just trying to introduce and create a new pool of talent for all the employers within the state of Michigan.
I love it, and it's very focused in the sense of you're after, the science and technology folks, and you're looking for people that need these people, these employees. So I love it, Dennis. So here's the thing. Someone wants to get in touch with you in Global Detroit. Where can they contact you? Where can they find you?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to be the face for that, right? So I think email would probably be the best way. And my email, well, my name is Dennis Beste. My email is Dennis, DENNIS, at globaldetroitmi.org. So it's Dennis at GLOBALDETROITMI.org. ROITMI.org. I think you guys know how to spell global and Detroit. So I might have spelled that wrong, but it's Dennis at globaldetroitmi.org.
I love it, Dennis. And once again, Dennis Beste with Global Detroit. I really appreciate you coming on, speaking to us today because this is such an important and missing piece for a lot of HR professional business leaders. And I'm glad that you can kind of fill that space for us, Dennis. So thank you very much.
Yeah, no, thank you. And again, everybody out there, we're just trying to be a resource, a free resource for you to meet your talent needs. I know it can be really difficult to try new avenues, but you have to. You have to evolve, right? Like if you keep doing the same thing and keep running to the same problems, you're not going to grow, right? You're not going to advance. You're not going to find solutions. So please, we'd be open for any type of conversation to talk to you about what we can do. And again, our services are free. So all you do is maybe lose a half hour of your day, but I feel like we could probably have a fun conversation. So it won't be a total loss. But we'd love to connect. We'd love to be a resource for you. But thank you very much, Greg. It's wonderful speaking to you.
Likewise, Dennis. And again, Greg Coyne with Sandler by Jerry Weinberg and Associates. Thank you all for being here for our My Sherm podcast. And until next time, have a great one, everyone. Take care.
Thanks. See you guys. Thanks.
Great job.
Okay,
As
cool. Yeah, yeah.
always, as always. I swear I asked you before on this. With all of the connections you've got with um economic development. I know you're doing stuff with Joe. You've connected with Joe
Mhm.
Bamberger, which is awesome. Have you been talking with Chris Allen at all? Because I just feel like he is immigration attorney, AMS.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Yeah.
all right, and like that to me is just like a natural symmetry, I guess you'd
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
synergy. Um, I talk with Chris all the time. As a matter of fact, I just talked with him today. I bought some stuff. If you want to reconnect, happy to do it.
Yeah,
That
no, we're always welcome. I mean, we are always looking for resources. We have honestly a fleet of lawyers that we work with, like
yeah,
immigration law firms throughout the state, kind of in different areas, like whether it's Saginaw or Flint or the UP or Grand Rapids area. But yeah, no, we're always welcome to that. And we're always willing to support them and kind of direct connections for them too, right? Like anybody who's
yeah.
looking for immigration help, whether that's a business or an individual, we're happy to do that.
Have you, so, and I got to think you've already have the connections with economic development. Like, so first of all, I'm sure Michigan's, the MEDC is
Yep.
like, so the question then becomes, what about the more local ones, like the Right Place,
Yep.
Lansing? Yeah, I'm assuming that you already have connections there.
Yeah, so our executive director, I don't know if I told you this name, Steve Tabachman. He used to be like a state majority leader for the state of Michigan, but he knows a ton of people throughout the state. But yeah, we're connected to, like you mentioned, the right place. Southwest First, I want to say it's called. All
Yeah.
those other ones that I mentioned, all those economic organizations, and we do different things with them. Same thing with the universities too, different like webinars on how to educate employers kind of like this. But yeah, no, I mean, any connections, we're always welcome and open to those.
I'd be
But
happy
yeah,
to see, and I'll talk with Christine. I feel like you could do a webinar for MySherm. I just feel like it's a no-brainer because the one thing that um, people just don't recognize is, yeah, they always complain about, you said it, and I love that you said it in such a, how do I say it, polite way. The definition of insanity and
yeah,
how
for sure. Yeah.
and
It's
people just keep doing it and expecting
yeah.
different results.
Yeah, it's hard though, but I mean, I get it. Like you're busy, right? It's hard to like do something new. And that's kind of we understand that challenge and take that in consideration when we're talking with people. But yeah, we'd love to do a webinar for my Sherm. I mean, who watches it? I don't know, but we'd love to do it just to get it out there. And
Well,
again, we want to introduce them to a new resource.
yeah, and I'd prefer to do it live so that you've got
Oh yeah.
access to those people. The other thing is too, I always look at it from this perspective. You're not, you guys aren't solving a hiring problem, you're solving a business problem. And
Hmm.
those 30 minutes that you talk, but we'll have a fun conversation, will hopefully open up some eyes to what they're doing right now that's causing these issues. And that's really
Yeah.
where the change in behavior starts to happen.
I like that. I like that phrasing though, a business problem. I'm gonna steal that.
Do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah,
Do
yeah,
it. I
yeah,
stole it from someone else. So continue
yeah.
the thread, my
Yeah,
friend. I mean, it really is. I mean,
yeah, for
because
sure.
it was like I told one of my clients this morning, I said, stop trying to solve environmental problems, start just solving their business problems. It's
Mhm.
they're both, but they don't see it that way. And
Yeah.
until you get past that hurdle, they'll just see you as a cost to what they're
Hmm.
doing as opposed to an insurance policy.
Hmm. Yeah, no, you're right, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the fun stuff, Dennis, and I'm super appreciative that you're back.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Now it's just getting you replugged in, and I know that you're going to be busy with everything that's going on. I mean, Dallas is probably just one of many things that has you hopping around. So, whatever I can do to get you involved and connected beyond what you already are, let me know, okay?
Cool. No, thanks. Yeah, but anything that comes along, any opportunity, we definitely want to take advantage of it. Again, I know that, or at least I remember last year, like it might be harder to get people up to Marquette or maybe harder to get people up to Traverse City. We're happy
Yeah.
to be a part of that and support any type of events you guys are doing.
Cool. I love it. And shoot, I'm trying to think. The one person I would say um, is and I think you've met Robin. Robin Chapkis. She's up in the UP and
Yeah, yeah,
she
yeah,
heads
yeah.
it
I know
up.
Robin. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So and she did a lot of stuff for D-Sherm before. There's a lot of movement in the Upper Peninsula.
Hmm.
And I know you already are aware of it, but what I'm guaranteeing is people aren't aware of you guys.
Yeah, for sure. For
And
sure. Yeah.
that's the missing link. So if there's anything about reconnecting with her, with Chris, any of these people, don't hesitate to ask. I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, no, that's great. I know we're this month or next month, the UP Invest Economic Development Organization has a CEO summit that we'll be speaking at. And we're trying to do more stuff with Michigan Tech too. But I'd love to get connected with Robin just to see what kind of opportunities we have there too.
Yeah, and see if you can get with who is it? Since you're up at Tech, who is do you guys do any a talk with oh shucks. Who's the couple that owns a construction company that opened the Vault Hotel up there?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that is look that one up. So they started it during COVID. They
Uh-huh.
owned a construction company, bought the old bank. I think it's called the Vault. And then during COVID, opened the hotel because it was a missing link up there and people thought they were crazy. And they're getting sold out at like 245 to 315 a night for a room up there.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's
So,
crazy.
yeah, look at those to discover, hey, who are some other people that I could be
Mhm.
talking to? Because the economic development people are great and they'll give you a lot of inside scoop, but hitting the boots on the ground will also
Yeah.
help it out. I'll reach out to Robin too to reconnect you and reconnect Chris, all right? Because they're
Cool.
really tight as well, those two.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks, Greg. Again, I appreciate your time. Thanks for doing all this. Hey,
Always.
real quick question. How's it
Yeah.
going with this being a resource partner? I know I asked you that before, and I feel like you were kind of like foot out the door, maybe. I don't know. How's it going?
Well, a part of it is, well, here's the thing, is like, how do I say this? Um, I'm pushing a lot harder on people because and now I can't take them over the finish line. But part of it is I'm recognizing that it's finding people like yourself, Ryan Page, Jeff Hawkstra, who are committed to it, that
Yeah.
want to do it, and that kind of keeps my fuel going. Some of the others and some of the other like
Yeah.
stuff that happens, I'm like, hey, look at manage what you can control, and what I can
Yeah.
control is stuff like this, getting other people involved, growing it. Those are kind of the things I can do. So that's kind of what uh, that's kind of what I'm doing. So I wouldn't say I've got one foot out the door. Though I will say this, and maybe this is where it's at. It's finding my replacement. That's really
Mhm.
I do want to
Yeah.
do. I've been doing this for a couple years now. I love what I do. It's impactful. But I also know it's time. It's a time commitment, and so
Yeah.
I want to be able to as you know we were saying, hire my replacement. And so if I can do
Yeah.
that, to me that's a success. So that they've got the processes already in place, they can just run with this.
Yeah.
So,
You do a
yeah.
great job, though, Greg, for sure. You do a really great job.
Well, I appreciate that, and I also know that that's kind of the tricky part. Is
Yeah.
that it, sometimes when you do a good job, that's part of the problem. Is that
Yeah.
oh they got it covered, and I'm like oh I didn't have a lifetime commitment to this. So yeah, yeah, you're right.
There's value in incompetence, I guess, right? Okay.
That phrase I am stealing. I'll trade you phrases. That's brilliant. I love it. Value
Uh,
in a
but yeah, great seeing you, Greg. We'll definitely be connected again for sure.
Done, Dennis. Have a great one. Safe travels in Dallas, and we'll talk soon, okay?
Yep. Later, man. Thanks again. Bye.
Thank you. Bye now.